Hi, my name is Jennifer Rose, and I am a spirituality coach. Right now, I am running a 10-week Transform You program. If you've been watching my videos, you just finished the 5 simple habits. It's tools that you need in your toolbox to be able to help you with this next part of the Transform You program. Just a quick recap for those of you that are just joining us. The 5 habits that we've worked through is 1, gratitude. Make sure you see the blessings that you have. Self-care. You are the only one that has to be a priority in your life, especially if you're not doing well. Grounding. It's all about control. What you can control and what you can't. And the time that you can control is now. Support. As we learned, we have to be able to trust other people to help us in this game of life that we are in. And honesty last week, it was all about the bridge. It was all about saying, okay, I'm going to be honest with myself with every moment of every day. No matter how hard it is, I'm going to be honest. And when you did that, then you're coming in to the second portion of this 10-week Transform You program. And that is what I like to call the self game. I'm using baseball as a metaphor. I love watching my kid play when he was younger. But you could think of this as any sport. Football, baseball, soccer, cricket, rugby, whatever it is. But I'm just using baseball as my metaphor because we are right now in the game of life. As soon as you're born, you go into the game. You don't become a player until you can comprehend words or actions. So at 3 or 4 years old, you are already put into the game. So you don't have an option to play or not. You can take, let's say this is my bat. This is my life. This is who I am. I can say, okay, well, you run my life. You played my game. But then whatever the results are, the person holding your bat is in charge and you aren't. So this second portion of the game is the self game. We took the honesty and we are on the other half of the bridge. And now we're moving forward. What do we do to move forward? Well, we have to heal, right? So we have our 5 habits, and now the healing process takes place. And what is the first base that we need to go to? Forgiveness. Without the ability to forgive ourselves and others, it's very hard to move forward. So that is the first base that we have to go to overcome. That's what we will be working on this week. The next space that we go to, that is love. We define what love is. So if somebody's not giving you love, you can recognize that. We all were raised in different homes and shown different ways of love. We need to define that word for us. And the third base, that is value. This is utterly the most important. You have to value yourself. But first you need to forgive. Then you need to love. And then when you have those 2 bases, it's easier to see your self-worth and your value that you have in this world. We are all special. We are all unique. There is only one us in this world. And what we're capable of is amazing. And then we're going on home. And that is where truth lies. The truth isn't a lie anymore, but is where the truth resonates. So when you go through forgiveness, you go through love, and you go through value, you can be able to play the game of life better than you ever have. I can tell you that right now. I started healing in this process, and I had no idea how effective what I'm giving you is. Because it's not like my life is oh, it's hunky-dory and peace, joy, and light. No, I have to work through things that are thrown at me. And it seems like this 10-week Transform You program has been nothing. Let's say the pitcher is the universe, and this ball is every challenge, trauma, anger, whatever it is thrown at you. And if you want to get this ball or not, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be lobbed at you. And you could either take your bat and do something with it or just let it hit you. This first 5 weeks, the first week of gratitude, it was like a complete disaster for me. My videos wouldn't work. My social media wasn't working. I made some mistakes, like literally trying to go get a phone day one. And I learned a lot from that first week, from the balls that were being thrown at me, the challenges. Some of these I was throwing at myself. Some was, the universe definitely throwing me a couple of curveballs. But I was able to say, okay, just a nick. And I got to like maybe first base, second, whatever it is. But I was playing the game. Because the thing that you can say is, just picture it for a moment, whatever sport it is. You get up and you're ready to play the game. And you look at life in the face, like I'm staring at you, and you said, they're ready to throw the ball. And you say, I am prepared. I am prepared from every part of my being to deal with whatever ball is thrown at me. That's what this first 5 weeks have been to me. I have had some severe trauma triggers. Just recently, in my video that I did about if God is real, then why do we suffer? Which I do recommend if you ever want to hear all of my story, it's there on YouTube. But someone said something to me and it made me feel like I did when I was laid up, that I let people treat me like a doormat. I'm not that way anymore, but the anger and the shame and the guilt, it was as if I was right there again. And I was so mad at myself that I ever let anybody treat me like that. So I had to take a self-care day and forgive myself for just being so wrapped up in my problems and wanting people to love me and value me that I was just letting people hit me, just like standing there and just letting people hit me. Well, I'm not that person anymore. I will catch the ball that they're throwing at me and I'd say, well, here you go. I don't want it. I don't want to play your game. Or I'll catch it, learn something from it, and then we can share this. But either way, people going to respect me or move away from me. Either way, I'm fine with it. And that is what this self game is. We take our 5 habits, which I have been using with all of the challenges, all the balls that are being thrown at me, and I've gotten hit, I've gotten scraped, and I've gotten one point blank right into my heart. And I came back stronger because I utilized every single one of my 5 habits. I'll give you one example that's a personal one that I shared on my If God Was Real video. Someone said something to me, it triggered that doormat that I just talked about. And after I took my self-care day, I said, okay, what could I have done differently during the conversation? How can I feel more safe and loved? I don't need to forgive this person because they were just sharing their honesty, but I need to share my honesty and what we need to go forward. So we got together, we talked about the issues, we were prepared to be able to make changes. And these are one of the changes that we had, is that everyone in our house needs to feel like a safe place. If you're not doing well or you're just extremely tired, any help that you would give the person probably wouldn't be effective because they wouldn't be able to listen because they're going through something. So now we have doorknobs for all of our doors. So any single person could say, you know what, I need a timeout. Or they could say, welcome, just knock. This is a simple plan, but if people can make themselves feel safer to be able to take time out, no matter who it is in your house, then it's a wonderful program. Now it's something new, we're just trying, but it's not, when you feel like you don't have any control over any conversation you have or situation, you have to be able to step back, use those 5 habits, and come up with something. And that is all of what this self game is you got the 5 habits now, and now we're into the healing. These balls are going to start lobbing at you, because we're going to hit some deep-seated stuff happening in you, but we are going to do it together. We are going to work on forgiveness. All week, we are going to work on different ways to look at forgiveness. And then we're going to hit love. Again, redefining what love means. And then we're going to go to value. We need to value ourselves. No one is going to value us unless we value ourselves. We are not going to, if we're not being seen respect, we're going to be okay with it because we respect ourselves. And then at the end of the day, you're going to find your truth. And I hope that with all of our bats, because we're all individuals, that's the thing, is nobody's bat is like yours. You have to take charge of your life. This is you. And this is what you're doing with the self game. You're saying, okay, I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to find my peace, my joy, and handle any situation that comes at me. Any ball that's getting lobbed at me, I'm hitting a home run. Because I'm looking life at the face and I said, I am prepared. And then at the end of our self game, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate, because even if you've moved mountains in the next 4 weeks, great. If you moved a single step, that's more than you did before. Whatever progress you make, again, remember, this is your game. You're the only one on the field. You get someone else your bat, they're still not on your field. They're just running your game. Remember that. This is your game, your life, and you have to play it the way that you want to play it. So I hope you're excited about the self game coming up. We're starting again forgiveness tomorrow. Blessings to all who see this. I hope you are excited. Give yourself a pat on the back. Great job. Well, let's not finish without doing our gratitude card. Whatever day it is, you always have to find gratitude. If the only prayer you say in your life is thank you, that would suffice. Master Eckhart. If the only prayer you say in life is thank you, that would suffice. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for, even if you're just listening to these videos, that will suffice. Wherever you are at right now in this game of life, it's okay. If you're here and you're watching these videos, you're progressing. You don't even realize how much. So thank you, and thank yourself. Bye. Blessings to all who see this.